2023 was a challenging year. From the start, I was fully involved in my job, and with numerous people out and sick or on very long vacations, the onus tended to fall on me up front to keep things running. I got sick more than a few times, but had to keep going. I had a lot of dental work done, down to getting oral surgery, and then having to go back again. It was exhausting. But I made it through all that, and that's nothing anyone would want to hear about anyway, because the real thing to talk about in 2023 is what was accomplished in between all of that, and what there is to look forward to in 2024. This is my Epicocity's 2023 in review. To start on a personal end, I focused quite a bit on video games this year. It helped to keep me center while I was working on my writing, and there were a lot of great games this year. I sunk over 100 hours into Theatrhythm Final Bar Line. I completed and started again on Octopath Traveler 2. And yes, I played Tears of the Kingdom. Twice. There are other games I sunk a lot of time into as well, like completing Horizon Forbidden West, a game that was fun, and absolutely gorgeous, until the end dropped off. Final Fantasy XVI was a game. DLC was fun though. And of course I replayed and platted some other games like Tales of Arise and its DLC, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Crisis Core Reunion, and even Skyward Sword. All in all, this was a good year for gaming. Next year will probably be even better with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on the horizon. I plan to build some time around that for my own sanity. Similarly, I've devoted quite a bit of time to watching shows like The Crown, live-action One Piece, which was a great show and, incidentally, has helped me to reread the series, among other shows, combined with a rewatch of my personal favorite show, Psych. All of it helps me get through the real reason you're listening to me ramble. In 2022, I announced the Paldea trilogy, and the final trilogy of the Ancientverse, following Trepidation's lukewarm run. It's something I was and remain committed to. Seeing Trepidation's performance over a year out was demoralizing, especially when combined with the hype that surrounded Ash vs. Leon in 2022. But it's unfortunately well documented that I had a crisis of faith in both readers and myself with that, to the point I had to place the publication of these books so far out because I honestly didn't think I could do it. That hasn't changed. I spent most of 2023 working or struggling to work on the Paldea trilogy. I started in January and finished the first book, Love in the Time of Treasure, within a month. Then I got hit hard. Writing for an uncertain audience with no sense of validation keeps morale low. I wrote about half of book 2 in March, April, and then dropped it entirely until around August. I hit a real impasse that put me to a complete stop. Ideas existed and formed and were jotted down for the future, but every time I looked at that page, nothing happened. But, like I always have, I picked up and pressed on, and I'm proud to say I was able to write the entire Paldea trilogy in 2023. It's done. It's ready, aside from editing, and you, my readers, will be able to read the first chapter when it drops on February 25th. In that meantime, I'm running a retrospective on my Ancientverse server in the lead up to it, while contemplating other ways to build it up. At the same time, I've worked very hard on crafting the final trilogy. Some ideas have been dropped, others were expanded. The plot almost wholesale changed, especially for the final book. But I'm almost there. Very soon, the entire final trilogy will be planned, and you can look forward to that update sooner than later. I won't start writing it until probably about April, and it'll still be a slow process, but I'll want to see some good progress moving forward. I'd like to say it has something that every Ancient reader has come to expect. This does put every original fiction on hold, but it's not like people want to hear about those anyway, so focusing on this final Ancient project will be the main goal of 2024. This leaves us, and me, in a very simple place for 2024. Work will continue on the finale of my series, something I hope everyone will look forward to. But before then, we'll have the debut of Love in the Time of Treasure, Book 1 of the Paldea trilogy, on February 25th. This will be cross-posted between fanfiction and archive of our own, giving focus to both where I can, since the former has been buggy as hell, though I do still have a special place in my heart for fanfiction and hope to see a lot of people returning there. Either way, no matter where you read, I always appreciate feedback and always try to respond to it. But most importantly, I look forward to seeing you there when the next phase of the journey begins. I hope you've all had a good 2023, and let's make 2024 a great one. Take care, and dare to be silly.